Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What have I told you so many times? I told you this. I told you many things, but I told you this on numerous occasions. Actually, each and every time the Ukrainians used a drone to attack Moscow, I said, wait for the Ukrainian missiles. And every time they tell us, hey, the Ukrainians are receiving Storm Shadow, oh, it's okay. They receive Scalp missiles from, which are the same, but a little bit longer range from what I got from France. Now they get what? From Germany, right? Now, what did I say? Each and every time I said they will be sent to Moscow. Missiles will come towards Moscow. That's my prediction. I don't think it's a genius prediction. I think it's just the normal course of the war. I don't, how should I put it? I don't wish for that to happen, but it will happen. There's no way it will not happen. Well, they're trying again. They're trying again. So what happened? We have here remember the German missiles Taurus, they have 500 kilometers range. So that means they can hit Moscow. The Ukrainians, I covered that in some articles before, said that they will adjust the S-200, the Soviet S-200s, and they will just expand their range. They can hit Moscow. They also have, and covered that in 2 or 3 videos already, they have the Soviet so-called drones with the rocket engine to it that will go to up to 1,000 kilometers. They use them to attack what? Angles 2 and other 2 locations that's 730 kilometers from Ukraine, and they hit the target. So I said, it's coming. Here it is. Here it is, my friends. They're sending missiles towards Moscow. This is the first attempt after some time. And I guarantee you, I predict there will be more and more and more. And some will be successful, unfortunately, for the civilian population of Russia, which I don't think the Western countries and the free media will report as, hey, those are actually illegal under the international law to attack, civilian infrastructure or civilians. That's a war crime. But hey, they will say, Moscow was hit by a missile. That's how they report it. That's how they will report it. A missile landed and hit, I don't know what kind of building. That's what they did. That's the way they do it again. Let me show you. Here, this article comes from Russia Today. This is from 24th of August 2023. Ukrainian missile intercepted in western Russia. The projectile has been destroyed mid-air over the Kaluga region. I will show you where that is. The Russian Ministry of Defense has said a Ukrainian S-200 missile has been intercepted and destroyed mid-air in Kaluga region, southwest of Moscow. Russia's defense ministry said in the early hours of Friday. All right, so let's see where this Kaluga Oblast is. I know this map. I will have another one, so take it easy. This map is of Russian Federation. Here is where Ukraine is in this area right here. And this is Kaluga Oblast. So let's go and see another map coming from the Russians again. See, this is Ukraine. This is where the war occurs. This is the Crimean Peninsula. This is the Black Sea. So Kaluga is north right there. This is Kaluga. This is Moscow. So don't you think that this goes... Right? Let's see what these guys report. This is the 24th. Let's see what they report here in Kaluga. Russian Ministry of Defense said the Russian defenses shot down an aircraft-type drone over the territory of the Kaluga region. There were no casualties or damages. Here, Kaluga government said that the Russian air defenses destroyed a Ukrainian drone over the blah 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 district. There were no casualties. So these guys are sending more and more towards Moscow. Now, I don't know if these were meant for Moscow, but in this article, they say southwest of Moscow, which is somewhere in this area. Now, I can't tell you if it's right here in the south west of Kaluga or it's a east of Kaluga Oblast, right there. I don't know where it was hit so far. Let's read the article. My point is not that where exactly was hit. Was it going towards Moscow? I think so. They say, why do you think they mentioned Moscow? just because whatever. The problem is with the Taurus missiles, the German ones that can reach up to or more than 500 kilometers. Supposedly, they can fly at a very low altitude, which is hard to detect. Probably you detect it and then you lose it. You detect it, you lose it. And if it goes like this, being a missile, not a rocket, with a ballistic, okay, it can go left and right. You don't really know the coordinates or whatever. You can expect it. You don't, can adjust the trajectory. It's going to be straight. It can go a little bit this way, then it's going to be this way. It's going to be around and come from the back, hit you in the back of the head. But it's okay. You have everything. If you have your missile systems, defense missile systems around Moscow, you would be able to intercept it as it draws near. Let's read the article further, shall we? According to the Ministry of Defense, the air defenses have thwarted an attempt by the Kiev authorities to conduct terrorist attacks on civilian sites on the territory of the Russian Federation. End quote. The Soviet-era S-200 missiles were originally designed to strike airborne targets. However, Russian officials has warned that Ukraine has repurposed some of them for use against targets on the ground. They said it. It's not that the Russians said. I covered it from the Ukrainians who were proud of that. It's not like the Russians only claimed that. According to reports on Telegram, loud explosions were heard in Opninsk, a city roughly 100 kilometers, 62 miles southwest of Moscow. Okay, so now we have a city. We're going to look for this city and see where exactly it is. It said what? Southwest. Two of Moscow's three main airports have been shut down, news agency. Okay, so this is, let's do like this. Opninsk. Okay, let's see if this gives us Opninsk. All right, here. Lupa. There it is, baby doll. You see Opninsk right there? So yeah, it goes going towards Moscow, my friends. Now, you see where it is? I know it's only rock and roll that from Kiev in straight line to Moscow, I think it's about 500 and some kilometers, if I remember correctly. Or 700, I think. Oh, you know what? What the hell? Let's show you. Hooray! There you have it. So from Kiev in straight line to Moscow, right, is 500 miles and 755 kilometers. But remember, Kiev, it's far from, if you look at the distance, that's about, let's say, 1/4, maybe 1/3 of the distance. So that means if the Ukrainians started from hitting from here, let's say they launch it from here, then obviously you have to, they're not going to be, it's not going to be 755 kilometers, it's going to be about 500 kilometers, I would say. For 500 kilometers, it's well within from here to there, because 755, I said 500 from this area. So from here to Moscow, 500. Taurus will hit it over there. I don't think Taurus is already in here. But the Ukrainians have the S-200s that they adjusted the distance. So I would not be surprised. My point here is, successful or not successful, an attempt is good enough. Attempted murder is still punishable. He was unsuccessful. That means you're going to let him go? No, it's attempted murder. The same here. Attempted destroying Moscow targets, which I don't know if they're going to hit, the Ministry of Defense or Putin himself. I doubt that. But you never know. The problem is this. I said it, not a genius prediction, but it's going to come more and more and more. And it's going to be a time when they're going to send, like the Russians send to Kiev, let's say about 15 at once, and out of 15 at least 3-4 will hit targets, not their targets, because these are not meant to destroy Putin and Shoigu, are meant to cause panic, terror. That's what the whole point. But we'll see, and then it's going to anger Russia, and maybe it's going to be an escalation. Boom, boom, boom. I hope not. We'll see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.